Welcome all of you here once again in another session, and we start things now. Before that, let me inform you of this New Year Bash sale is back. Or New Year Bash is back. I'm sorry. One can use the code HNY Happy New Year and grab flat 60% off on SSC course subscriptions, batch subscriptions, the test papers also, and the SSC Super Elite also, in which you get access to everything at just once. The upcoming batches, the current batches, so do check before you leave. 60% flat off on all subscriptions for railways also, for SSC also, combos also. Thank you. We go ahead now. On the last turn, I said couple of answers I clicked in a hurry. This time I didn't click anything in a hurry. We have to take care of the same during examinations. Reducing the brightness further so that it is even clearer. We go. Good evening, Srinivas. Hey dear, Chivalrous, Ajay, most welcome. Starting with a para-jumble, but that's easy one, I would say. Sorry, the last one is hidden. Option C, no, hey dear, because C starts with B first. And B, despite the devastation, what has happened? Who has devastated whom? The town's spirit, which town? And what's the devastation? What has happened? So B cannot be the first one. Okay, let me mark. Emergency services worked tirelessly rescuing trapped residents and providing essential supplies to those in need. Something has happened. Where? So it shouldn't be the first one because it gives reference to something that has already happened for which emergency services are working tirelessly and such. Despite the devastation, that means we have the devastation already. It can't be the first one. But despite that, town's spirit remained unbroken. Okay, that should be for a town, I think. Okay. As the community began the long process of rebuilding, that should not come first also, because if you are rebuilding, that means there has been devastation. Where is that devastation, the calamity, the flood, the earthquake, etc.? In D. The storm's ferocity, storm, left the coastal town. So we have the description of the town here somewhat. Not just the town, the coastal town. Not just the devastation, the storm's ferocity left the town in ruins. Homes, businesses severely damaged. Okay, here it is. Welcome, Nancy Jajnindra. So that's how, starting with D. And fortunately, we have just one option. So yes, we have discussed completely. Can go ahead. Now reading it. Storm's ferocity left the coastal town in ruins. Okay. Emergency services. Okay, if something such is there, emergency services must be starting first. So is then okay. See, then we are rebuilding it. Despite that, the spirit remained unbroken. Okay, done. Prerna. Thank you. Yes. So after a heated discussion, They, subject. I need some verb, probably in past. Dialogue is not a verb here. Reached better perspectives and no, starting with B. And as per the availability of the options, we have just one option starting with B. Done. Perfect, everyone. Anuj, welcome. So after a heated discussion, they reached a compromise, acknowledging each other's perspectives, okay, apostrophe S with the noun, fostering mutual understanding and paving way for future, for construction or constructive dialogue and collaboration in the future. That's the last one, future, and that's the first one, they reached a compromise. Done. Word that is spelled incorrectly. Ooh, great, Srinivas. No, Nancy and Prerna. All of us know the word psycho for anything like psychology. I think the easiest word we can have, psychology. CH it is. You can see in the options also, the sentences also. CH, CH. It's CH here. Psycho, 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 psychi. But I'm missing H version here. CO? No, that's not the correct spelling of psycho. You doesn't matter what you write, psychiatry, psychological, psychoanalysis, psychosomatic, etc. But psycho has CH, which is missing in the third one. A slice of life. I remember a slice of bread. Bread may be huge. A slice, a part of that. So a part of life. Better choice. A part of life. Disappointing result has to be a part of life every time? Can't say so surely. Matter of dispute is a part of life every time that we make an idiom for that? Part of life? No. To make utmost efforts. Maybe. A realistic representation of everyday experiences in a film, play, or book. Yes. If you say everyday experience, that's the part of life for sure. Remember, slice of life, representation of in theater, drama, play, or book also, everyday experiences. Exactly. This is a present indefinite. In past becomes past indefinite. Didn't. Does? No. Had? No. Did? Yes. Salesperson told me that I'm not the part of conversation. He sales Yes, I am the part of conversation. I'm sorry. To me. But still, I, the first person pronoun changes as per the subject. I hope you remember SON upon 1, 2, 3. First person as per the subject. Subject is not me, it's salesperson, for whom we'll be using he, not I. C is a better choice. Now we have an RC. We'll see in the end. I skipped it there also. Next, something like affront. That's also the same. Effrontery. If you remember the meaning of affront, that's the same. How dare you say this in front of me? Yep, great. Yes, affront is the same. How dare you say that? Angry because someone is doing something in front of you. Can remember that way. Effrontery is also the same. Modest, humble, reserve. Do you have the audacity to say that? Do that in front of me? Effrontery, audacity, boldness. Affront, the same. Yes, you are correct. That's a combination of minute, at least I can say, minute, tiny. So and school, not SCHOOL. See, the insect was MINN, no. MINU, but no double C, that's not soccer. No double L, MINUSCULE, tiny. She found a tiny error in the code that had significant consequences. Straight from PYQs. Yes, straight from PYQs. Fluke is the same. An unexpected piece of good luck. Unlikely chance or occurrence. Unexpected piece of good luck. Fluke. Masquerade. A parade, usually, in which people wear a mask. Masiha, we say the same in Hindi also, my native tongue. Masiha. He was a Masiha there. He saved me. A savior. And pauper, a very, very, very poor person. Pauper. Unexpected piece of luck. Fluke. Yes. If we do not know this, for sure options are difficult for that. Yep. 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 But do remember next time, fluke has been a part of SSC PYQ. Nothing new it was. Yes, it is. Remember? Uh-oh. The fractions of countable nouns are countable and uncountable nouns are uncountable. You are talking about just one pillar. For that, if you say half of, one third of, two thirds of, four fifths of, it's not like the subject is plural, so the verb has to be plural. No, no, it's a part of something. So pillar is just one. Like half of the work has been done. One third of the work has been done. Two thirds of the work has been done. Four fifths of the work has been done. Since we are picking something from just one, can't be plural in nature. Exactly. That has to be was here. Perfect from your side. That's also difficult. Okay. A pun is used in comedy quite a lot, is a play of words. The banker left the job because he found no interest. Now, interest has a couple of meanings. For a banker, that's the amount of money also, compound interest, simple interest. But no, I don't like it. I'm leaving this job. It may be that also. So that's the play of words, pun. We are not playing with words in their multiple meanings. Antithesis generally has two opposite points discussions. Here we have just 1 point to mark. You have to spend money to make money. No, 2 points have been discussed over here. So shouldn't be antithesis. It's not pun for sure. Shouldn't be this. Oxymoron, if you remember, is putting two words which have opposite meaning together. Falsely true, truly false, natural acting, etc. Paradox is the one statement which is self-contradictory. One statement, because you are putting the adjective, Nancy, a deafening silence. I got the messages. Silence, which is deafening. Silence is when we don't hear anything. That's silence. Hey, silence. Now, if that's silence, how can it be deafening? Deafen is to make people deaf. बहरा कर देने वाली, you understand Hindi, बहरा कर देने वाली silence. Silence किसी को बहरा कैसे कर सकती है? Putting two opposite words together. Thank you for this example. Thank you for this example. That deafening silence is one of the oxymorons. Yes, deafening silence is an oxymoron. The silence was deafening. Is that okay? So yes, that has to be paradox, one statement which means opposite to that. You have to spend money to make money. Great. Paradox. Just a sec. The camera went off. I didn't hear this time, I think. Changing battery in seconds. Hmm. Take responsibility, the fixed preposition after that. Obviously, we have the same expression, take responsibility. Paradox, what she asked and what I explained. Putting two opposite words together. Natural acting. I'm sorry. You are asking paradox. Sorry, that was oxymoron. Paradox was the previous one. That one statement that is defining the opposite of its actual meaning. The best example we can have right now. You have to spend money. Okay, if we spend money, it reduces. No, to earn money. How is it possible if I spend money, I'm earning money? Yes, okay, I take responsibility for my words. I take responsibility for this. Take responsibility for. Remember this, one of those fixed expressions. The club met weekly to discuss something. I think it is redundant here, but no problem. We have a clear answer. Need not consider this then. Remember, in such questions, pick the actual sentence. Three of them must be using that word in the same fashion as it is used here. That one different one has to be the answer. But that can be considered a printing mistake if I honestly say. No. Club. Club of people, I think we know. Parties, clubs, bars, club of people, group of people. Okay. The club met weekly to discuss books. Okay. Group of people. He joined the hiking club, people who go on hiking and all. The bikers club, many bikers are there in that club. So that's the same. That's the same. The night club, n number of people are there. That's the same. But just like in cricket, we have a bat. In golf, that's not bat, that's club. In golf, with which we play is called club. So there is no group of people here in a club for golf. She swung the golf club with precision on the green. Anuj, words having same spelling but different meaning. Homo, same. Onym, name. Same name but different identity. It's nipped in the bud. Identified, however, object is noun, so that has to be adjective, past participle, or you say that's a verb. Obviously, that's a verb form, third form of a verb. How are verbs modified by adjectives? Previous identified, previously identified. Like the same. Ascertained, that's also a verb form, not definite, ascertained, definitely ascertained. So previously identified. Need not read the sentence further. Gone. You have the responsibility to teach children moral and traditional values. Yes, correct. As they are satellites. Are in the non-finite form is be, prepositions taking gerunds after them. Okay, I have to teach my children. You have to teach your children. That's it. Subject is you, so your. Dubious. Both ways it has to be modified by an adverb. Done. However, that's a past participle there because it was modifying a noun. Verbs don't modify a noun. Thank you, Buddhist monk. Yes. Dubious? Uh, doubtful. Definite. Straight antonym. And we are asked antonym. Need not see the other options then. However, we must in examinations. Today I did not make any mistake like I did on the last turn. Although I'm not the one appearing in examinations, but still, let's be precise. But still, unknown should be a synonym of dubious. Prevalent, out of context. Existing, critical, out of context. Critical is not related to dubious. Definite. Certain, uncertain. Shikha. Don't be, at least. Mare is female horse. And horses don't live in nest. False. Hoax. Which seems true but is false. Fact. No, no, that's the opposite. False. Yep. Embarrassing. No. Fearless. No. A person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence of God. One who doesn't believe in God, atheist. One who is not sure about the much too adjective. Nancy, too takes an adjective. Too much takes a noun. Too much power. Yep. Much too costly. Much too heavy. Exactly. It's agnostic. I did say that so that you can remember. The one who doesn't believe in God, atheist. But the one who is not sure about the existence of God, God maybe, but actually I haven't seen, so I don't know. Maybe. I'm not saying the God doesn't exist, but maybe not sure about the agnostic. Martyr, all of us know, the one who dies for the nation. Shortcoming, any consequence we can say. Fatalist, the one who believes that everything is predestined in fate, luck, something that has to happen, will happen. Fatalist. Everything happens, whatever is written out there. Die for a noble cause. Perfect prenup. Martyr. Yep. Fate believer. Yes. Yes. Option B. Don't commit such mistakes. The original sentence is for a year. How can we say since a year? We need not change the meaning of the sentence, just transformation from active to passive or direct to indirect. Project had been being. That's perfect continuous. Perfect continuous tenses are not transformed in passive. But no problem. I have four options. I need not write myself. Have four options. Pick the most appropriate one. Let's go ahead. Project had been being completed. Past perfect continuous. Okay. Has been? No. Had been completing? Yes. Had been being completed. Not bad. Had completed? No ing here. Correct, but preposition went wrong for a year. That's also a fixed preposition. They were covered blank space this covered. Exactly, covered with. I think we have come across n number of times. It was covered with snow, covered with ice. I think it takes a V1, takes a V1. That's it. Since the options are easy. Exactly. No ing, ing. V1, V1, okay. No V2, no V2. Done. Now let's go live because I did not attempt the RC doing that live with you. Okay. Any objections so far? Welcome. Let's go live. I am also live now, solving with you. Across history and geography, beauty has rarely been a universal idea. Instead, it has been shaped by cultural values, social structures, collective identity. Practices may appear unusual, extreme from external perspective, carry deep symbolic meaning within the societies that sustain them. One example is the practice of foot binding in imperial China, where bound foot were regarded as a marker of femininity, grace, social refinement. While the physical consequences were severe, the practice functioned as a social instrument, regulating women's mobility, reinforcing ideals for obedience, marriageability, status within a rigid patriarch framework. In several American communities, scarification has historically served a very different purpose. Rather than concealing the body, deliberate scars were profoundly displayed as signs of courage, endurance, belonging. These marks often signified rites of passage, tribal affiliation, personal achievement. Beauty in this context was inseparable from resilience and communal recognition, transforming pain into a visible assertion of identity and honor. Valor. The use of lip plates among certain African tribes illustrates how aesthetic practices can reflect social values rather than individual vanity. Enlarged lips were traditionally associated with maturity, respect, readiness for marriage, far from being purely decorative. Lip plates communicated a woman's social standing and her role within the community, challenging external assumptions about what constitutes attractiveness? Facial tattoos offer yet another perspective on beauty as identity. In many indigenous cultures, facial markings functioned as permanent symbols of lineage, spiritual belief, personal history. Such tattoos have often been stigmatized in modern societies, but they are increasingly being reclaimed as expressions of cultural pride, resistance against cultural erasure. The Kayan people of Southeast Asia provide a final illustration through the practice of neck elongation using brass rings. Long necks are traditionally associated with elegance, beauty, but they also reflect discipline, culture, continuity, collective belonging. Over time, what appears to be a purely aesthetic modification reveals itself as a deeply embedded social tradition. Together, these practices demonstrate that beauty standards are not just about appearance, they are powerful cultural languages through which societies express value, regulate behavior, define identity, reminding us that beauty is inseparable from meaning. Central idea of passage. You answer first, I'll explain then. Done. Sheer elimination. Yes, you are correct. Unusual beauty practices are outdated, not marked in the passage. Physical modification is harmful. Nowhere in the passage has neck elongation or big lips or lip plates has been marked harmful. Modern views of beauty are superior. Nothing like saying superior or inferior. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Beauty standards are culturally constructed and meaningful. That's what is portrayed in the passage. Foot binding in imperial China primarily functioned as a bound feet were regarded as a marker of femininity, grace, social refinement, social instrument. Exactly. Health practice? No. In the passage itself, social refinement. Okay. Femininity is not there in the passage, in the options. Grace is not there in the options, but social refinement, social instrument is there. Straight from the passage. So, how does the passage contrast scarification with foot binding? Scarification. Beauty in this context was inseparable from Exactly. The others? Yes, you are correct. Scarification has historically served a different purpose. Rather than concealing the body, deliberate scars were purely marked as signs of courage, endurance, belonging. Rites of the passage, tribal affiliation, or personal achievement. Beauty, that's what they have asked, in this context was inseparable from resilience and communal recognition. Scarification concealed the body. No, no. Rather than concealing the body, so no. Symbolized resilience. Yep. Was individualistic. Nowhere in the passage that was individual. And lacked culture. Oh, no, 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 no. It defines everything in the passage has a cultural meaning. That's why they are marking that beauty. Yep. Resilience, as per the passage. What do rip sorry what role do lip plates play according to the passage? Yes, exactly, you are correct. Far from being decorative. No, that wasn't decoration. Lip plates communicated a woman's social standing and her role within the society, community, society, society, social standing, social values. Last, not the least, facial tattoos. Hmm. Everything across the passage has had a cultural reference. Samir, welcome. Yes. Fashion trend? No, no. That's the cultural one. Rebellion? Nothing negative. Temporary beauty? It's not at all related to beauty. Spiritual, lineage, culture, once again. It's all done from my side. Thank you so much for being here. If you have had any objection, difficulty, query, question, feel free to mark. Let's finish things now. See you pretty soon on the next turn. And yes, a new batch started today. For me, it starts tomorrow. One can grab flat 60% off. Do check. Flat 60% off on any subscription. And yes, Foundation Batch 6.0 starts tomorrow. Most welcome. Those who want to start from scratch. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye. Take care. Be safe, everyone. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Srinivas. Thanks a lot. Shikha, Chivalrous, Anuj, Prerna. Thank you. Nancy, you too. Thank you so, so much. God bless you.